This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 788. Hi, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, I have a very special guest that I talked to on the segment Into an Interview, which is also Mike on Mobile, because we talked to the backward but lovable Clem. Plus, we hear from Shelley Shuhart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the Engineer, and don't worry, social media really does not
Mike's Daily Podcast
represent the entire human race. Oh, thank God.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And on the last show, Valentino said that he likes to pour the root beer that Brewmaster makes. It's kind of bizarre or queer that he pours it on Bison Bentley's head. Do you hear what I hear? I hear a bunch of Christmas carols coming back.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
On the radio. What is going on? And today I had some coconut sugar. Have you ever tried that?
Mike's
It's like this gooey mess that
Podcast.
you buy on like Amazon.
Yeah.
For like $50. And my friend Robert Owen Welsh has some. He gave me some. It did something to the back of my throat. Oh, look, it just walked in. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Shelley Shuhart, staff supervisor. And what are you talking about? The coconut sugar. Some of it got like on the back of my vocal cords, and it still is like tickling me. And this happened like hours ago, like 12 hours ago, and I'm still feeling it in the back of my throat. Oh my God, yeah, exactly. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm having a allergic reaction to the coconut. But like, if I try and take a breath right now, I feel the tickle, and it's like I want to cough. It's weird. I hope it goes away. Me too, Mike Matthews. Like, I really care. I'm glad you do. Look who else just walked in. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere the Engineer, Mike. So tell me about your Thanksgiving. How was it? Well, John Deere, Floyd, it was so much fun. I actually went over to Robert Owen Welsh's house, and his parents invited me over to enjoy like a little family Thanksgiving get-together. It was great. And they invited this guy over. They're really nice, charitable people, inviting people like me that didn't have anywhere else to go. I've got nowhere else to go! Officer and a gentleman. And this other couple they invited, the husband of this couple, the first thing he says to me is, "So, Mike, what do you do?" And for those of you who don't remember, that's a big pet peeve of mine. When people ask me what I do, it's very difficult for me to explain what I do, because I do radio and podcasts. And most people above 65 don't know what a podcast is. They do not understand it. And they're just like, huh? And then they see me, and when I say radio, they're expecting me to be like Rush Limbaugh. And I'm not. I think I need to gain another 700 pounds to be... And it's just such a trite, unoriginal question to ask someone. Why don't you start off with a compliment like, "Oh, nice to meet you. Wow, you have some nice shoes on." Okay, that's a weird observation. You have an interesting cough that was created by coconut sugar. Or, I see that you like to pour root beer on your best friend's head. Mike, was that a reference to Valentino and Bison Bentley? Yeah, for some reason Valentino likes to pour root beer on Bison Bentley's head. Do you like to pour root beer on John Deere the Engineer's head? No! Let's hear it for being nice to your friend. He's more than a friend. It's true, Mike. We're not in the closet. We know. We know. The people that have listened to the show before know. Well, it's good they know, because we're not in a closet. Okay. Shelley Shuhart, what were you about to say? Mike Matthews, I was going to say that all the characters on this show, they all tell you what they do in their name. Like there's John Deere the Engineer, he's an engineer. And Floyd the Floorman, well, he's does flooring. And you're a gift shop supervisor. That's right, Mike, with you. Well, maybe I should be Mike the podcaster. I don't know. That sounds pretentious and stupid. You know what else sounds stupid? Is that people use Facebook a lot. I'm trying not to use Facebook as much as I used to at one time. But it is, of course, a big part of our society today, as is Twitter, as is Instagram. Instagram.com/Mike's Daily Podcast. Check it out. Let's be friends on Instagram. A study conducted recently has revealed that Facebook and Twitter data do not reveal human behavior accurately. This according to thenewsreports.com. As researchers are mining Facebook and Twitter data to learn about online and offline human behavior, the new study warns them to be wary of serious pitfalls. Do you remember that Activision game called Pitfall? That goes way back. Very wonderful graphics to that video game. Pitfalls that arise when working with huge social media data sets. Such erroneous results can have huge implications. Sure, why not? As thousands of research papers each year are now based on data gleaned from social media. As Derek Ruths, the assistant professor at McGill University in Montreal, Canada, says, publicly available data feeds used in social media research do not always provide an accurately representation of the platform's overall data, and researchers are generally in the dark about when and how social media providers filter their data streams. For example, efforts to infer political orientation of Twitter users, damn coconut sugar, achieve barely 65% accuracy for typical users, even though studies focusing on politically active users have claimed 90% accuracy, the authors contended. This is in the journal Science. The common thread in all these issues is the need for researchers to be more acutely aware of what they are actually analyzing when working with social media data. Well, there you go. What do you think about that? And what do you think about coconut sugar? Has it affected your larynx? And what about pouring root beer on your best friend's head? It's not like, the challenge anymore, the ice bucket challenge, which wasted so much water in California. Although we're getting back some of that water, I guess in the next 48 hours or so. We're supposed to get a lot of rain here in California. Nice. And finally, do you think that when someone asks you, what do you do at a party, do you think that is just the lowest question that could possibly be asked? Something more interesting, a question would be nicer, possibly, yes? Email me, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email, and everyone is so amused. You can also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. And check out the website, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. You can listen to the show there. We have various Mike's Daily Podcast players that play the show there. And there are links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes. And you can rate the show and comment on the show. Do a rating of it and suggestion of it. What do you think of the show? Whatever you think of the show, if you tell iTunes what you think, that helps us out. It helps our ranking, and more people find out about us then. Spreads the word. As does liking the Facebook page. If you like the Facebook page, when I post a new show, you'll get it in your news feed, and share that with your friends, and more people find out about us. Yay. There's also links to where to find us on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Yelp, Tumblr, Twitter. And there's the Amazon link. Yes, all this buying that you're going to be doing for Christmas. And what's that? Cyber Monday. Oh, and Amazon is doing a bunch of sales, I guess, in the next couple of days. All that Amazon buying you do, please go through my website, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. You'll see the link to Amazon. Go through that link, but first go through MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com and buy whatever it is through that link when you get to Amazon. And then bookmark that link. And anytime you buy anything, that helps us out. It's a great way to support the show. And thank you for doing that, too. And finally, there are all the past interviews, the podcast picture, and the blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Mike on Mobile.
It's Mike on Mobile and Mike Matthews. And I had mentioned that I was going to have a special guest on the show that was not from the state of California. Well, that is in fact true. We have with us someone who is not from the state of California. I don't think this man could ever live or step foot in California. And here we are in his house somewhere. Where the hell are we?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. That's a nice place to be. Let me introduce. It's Clem. How are you, Clem?
Very well.
And Clem, even though we're here in Louisiana, you're decked out in all your San Francisco Giants garb. Why is that? That's odd.
Well, it turns out that Madison Bumgarner, that pitcher for the, what's that city? San Francisco, I believe it's called. Anyway, it turns out Madison Bumgarner, the best pitcher ever, is from a town called Hickory.
Hickory, and we were talking about that the last time you were on, about how you like Hickory.
I bathe in it.
You were born in Hickory. You were in a Hickory pool. It makes me want to eat some ribs right now with the Hickory smoked barbecue sauce that Heinz 57 makes. It's so delicious. I'm a little bit hoarse tonight because I have to admit that here in Louisiana, Clem took me out. We drank some moonshine. We went to a shrimp bake crawl boil. Is that what you call it? A shrimp boil?
Crawdads.
Crawdads. There are crawdads. Some of the crawdads were single dads. Some of them, what do you call them when they don't pay the child support?
Blacks and Mexicans.
What? No, deadbeat dads. Thank you.
I support diversity. I support white women with blonde hair, white women with red hair.
Oh, I never seen this woman here before with you, Clem. She's blonde and she's got no shoes on. And she has a protrusion around her belly area. Is this your wife? Is she with child?
I mean, I haven't seen the test for more proving it, so I could still be not the father. My has been inside that woman, so it could possibly eat.
That was a mental image I didn't want, but thanks, Clem. What is your lady love's name?
Georgiana.
Georgiana. So nice to meet you, Georgiana. She's giving me the finger. You know what? I don't think I'll talk to her. She seems to want to be left alone. But if whatever your offspring is, what do you think you'll name this offspring? If it's a male or a female, what names do you have?
There's a possibility the child could have flippers. And you know, you and I have discussed flippers on this very show.
We have?
Why, yes, we have.
I think I just blocked it out. Flipper was a great show. Flipper, Flipper, why does the sea something foam? Grizzly Adams. Do you love that song? No? Okay. So Clem took me out in the back shed and we had some crawdads and drank some moonshine. I'm a little hoarse. And quite frankly, I don't know where the past 5 hours, what happened in my life.
That tattoo, you wanted that tattoo. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, and I was just hoping I'd scraped accidentally against some tree. Maybe got a little cut, but that's a tattoo, you're saying?
You thought Obama's face on your was ironic, and I said, who am I to stop a man on his birthday?
I do enjoy this president, but I don't think it's really serving him that he's on my It just... All right, well, I have a lame duck then. Damn it. Hey, on that same topic, we were just discussing the thing that just happened with the election, and the Democrats, they lost the Senate. What do you feel about that? I bet you're really happy.
Ecstatic.
Now, ecstatic, does that mean you want Republicans everywhere? You want them to proliferate and be kind of like the gremlins when they got water on them and they just popped up and there were more gremlins. You want Republicans to be like gremlins.
Okay. I don't understand what that means, but yes.
like Mitch McConnell, Mogwai